Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video here at Tablemon. Today we're gonna be playing with Dialga Metang, this top 32 Decklist from Orlando Regionals by Drew Kennett, one of the most I would say or best known rogue players. Piloted this deck to a top 32 finish, which I think is pretty great. Interesting choice of the Maximum Belt as the A-spec of choice as opposed to Prime Catcher, but it's really nice because Maximum Belt, along with 6 energies on Dialga VSTAR, does exactly 330 damage against a Charizard EX, which is obviously the big benchmark of this format. Now, Dialga VSTAR has the Star Chronos VSTAR attack, which is really powerful and can immediately swing games in your favor if you're able to pull it off, especially if you're able to take 2 prizes with it, and you get another 2 prizes with your other attack. That's super good. And of course, Metal Maker literally makes this deck viable, the ability allowing you to attach as many energies as you find in the top 4 cards, and then they go to the bottom, so the next Metang you use is gonna have an even higher chance at finding Metal Energy. So very powerful. Combined with Mew, which can be a powerful attacker as well, using genome hacking to copy your opponent's Radiant Greninja can sometimes be very surprising, and not a lot of players prepare for it. And then you also have Zamazenta to potentially retaliate and do a lot of damage, which is very nice and a very powerful single price Pokemon. Now, aside from that, the deck is very squared, very solid, a lot of energies to hit those Metal Makers, the best supporters in the game, and then force Super to keep replenishing your deck of those basic energies so you can hit them with Metal Makers. So the games you're gonna see were from a live stream. If you didn't catch the live stream, definitely recommend you be on the lookout because I'm gonna be trying to live stream more often, but hopefully you enjoy the games and the conversation with chat. Let's jump into them. If you want to support the channel, you can use code TABLEMON to get 5% off at Potent Store for your online codes, 10% off for your sealed product at Flipside Gaming, and 10% off on your aluminum accessories at TC Evolutions. Or if you're looking to buy singles or sleeves, you can fill up your cart and close the tab, then click on the affiliate link in the description and check out. That way you can support the channel over at TCG Player, Card Market, and Dragon Shield. ¿Eres de México y necesitas cartas de Pokémon? Busca Hyperbeam Cards en Facebook e Instagram. Y si estás en Tijuana, búscalos en el local C27 en el Centro Comercial Otay. Is it better now? I'm like playing with the decibels and making sure I try my best to adjust. Hopefully it's better now. Like, it's way lower for me, so hopefully it's also lower for you. But anyways, this matchup, a tiny hair higher. All right, thank you very much. Let me adjust that. How about now? How about now? By the way, notifications might or might not be working, so if anyone follows or subs or whatever, just in case I don't see it, definitely let me know in chat, but hopefully they are working. I think I have them activated. I think. I might actually not have them activated. Alerts. Oh, actually, I do not have them activated. Perfect music. All right, awesome. Thank you very much. I'll make sure to save these settings. All right, so we got hit into the Dialga, which is pretty normal and expected. We now have the Arven. I'm gonna conceal cards here. And I'm honestly feeling really good because I'm gonna be able to get back-to-back KOs and there's nothing my opponent can do about it. I also don't think I'm gonna need the Maximum Belt. I mean, I will keep it anyways. You're bringing this exact deck to locals? Nice. Yeah, if I had gone to a League Cup today, I think I would have played this deck as well. It's one of my favorite decks for sure from the current format, so I'm just gonna commit to this, and I feel like it generally has a chance at beating Charizard. I feel like it has a chance at beating everything, which is very appealing. I think it's underrated. It's also very clunky in the beginning, so that's one of its biggest issues in my opinion, but overall I really like it. I feel like it's being disrespected. All right, so I'm gonna go with the Star Chronos knockout into, I mean, they'll probably bring up the Greninja. I'm guessing. And I could go boss, try to target down the Roaring Moon. I mean, my top deck's telling me to boss. I could also just Iono right here. Wow, 2 energies, that's crazy. Alright, I think the Maximum Belt should go onto this friend. I think, like, I don't see how I can lose from this point, honestly. I really don't. The only way I could lose is if something gets trapped, which I don't think it's going to be easy. I'm going to go after the attacker, because then I make my opponent work harder for whatever KO they try to do, right? And that is the 3rd Roaring Moon in the discard pile. So I think I'm looking pretty good here, honestly. Pretty good. How do I don't know how to access the live stream on YouTube. I really don't. I cannot figure it out for the life of me, because I am already live, but I can't see the live thing. Options. Oh, there we go. View and live controller. There you go. I am there. Max build. Yeah, so this is the top 32 list by Andrew Kennett. If you haven't looked at it, I would definitely recommend you do so. It played Maximum Belt, which allows you to get 1 KOs on Charizard EX much easier, which I think is important. And yeah, I think it's way better with Metang. Yeah, more fun just because you win more, therefore it is better. I agree. Max Belt makes the knocks out on Charizard EX easier, right? Then you need 6 energies plus, that's 6 times 4, that's 40, plus the base 40 to 80, plus the 50, that's 330. So it does make it a lot easier to 1 KO a Charizard, and then you have your V-Star as well. So as long as you have a decent start, I do like how powerful the deck is, honestly. I really do. I really do. KO hands with Cronus as well. So this deck used to play, or usually played 1 Vitality Band. Now it's a Max Belt, right? Both are pretty good, of course. And sure, my opponent knocks me out here. I knock them out, and then they have to commit to the EX. And yeah, going for the boss I think was a fantastic play, because now they get this knockout, so now I get return KO with Iono, which is really good here. And I didn't notice how much damage did they do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they're doing 170. Yeah, they do enough into the Zamazenta. So I'm just gonna commit the Dialga again. Because what happens now is, the only way they 1-hit KO this is through Roaring Moon EX, right? And if they commit to the Roaring Moon EX, then they have to, or then my Zamazenta can knock them out, right? So it's a win-win. If they knock me out, I immediately win the game. And if they don't commit to the Zamazenta, to the Roaring Moon EX, then I also win the game. So should be pretty straightforward. 2 Super Routes going to the bottom of the deck. So maybe I should have saved the Artisan for after. I'm gonna go ahead and Iono, bring my opponent down from 9 to 3, which is very important. And then get Research and Mew. So sitting pretty good here. Yeah, 1 energy away. I should be able to find 1 energy. The deck plays 15. There's currently 12 available, or in play rather, so I should have 3 left, plus I have a bunch. I have 4 Super Rods available as well. As long as I find some of those in the upcoming turn, I should be in a perfect position to win. So I basically knew I already won this game since like turn 2 or 3, which is incredible, right? Absolutely incredible. All right. I really like this deck. I generally like it. I think it has that extra turn you gain, the possibility to 1-KO anything. Metang's ability is so good. It doesn't have 90 HP, so you're able to survive Greninja hits. You do need to evolve quite quickly, And with no TM evolution in Drew's list, I feel like he is a little too weak to Greninja plays, especially against Giratina, which is usually not the best matchup, but overall the deck is very powerful. It's just, it wishes it could play like 64 cards, and then it would be top tier by far. Alright, and yeah, thank you so much to everyone who is tuning in right now on both YouTube and Twitch. It's very nice that you can now multi-stream. Very, very nice that you can multi-stream to both platforms at the same time. All right. And yeah, my opponent just insisting on the Roaring Moon, which won't get a KO. So then I'll soak up the damage. Ooh, okay. Now this is a good move by my opponent. This is actually a pretty good move because now my attacker has to be the Dialga, right? Unless I went boss and powered up a Metang and knocked out the Dunsparce. However, I'm not sure that's very likely. Note the Dunsparce setup, which is pretty nice. Yep, I was gonna dig for the Iono. I knew there was maybe one at the bottom of the deck. The Zamazenta being gone is also unfortunate, but it's what it is. I'm not gonna bench the Mew because the Mew can be KO'd by that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and Iono, bring my opponent down to 2 guards, and hope they can't bring up the Roaring Moon EX. So maybe I was a little preemptive in calling the game, right? Maybe I was a little preemptive right there. All right, so you know what? I'm gonna bring back the Zamazenta, and I want to try to power it up and retreat since I got the double Super Rod. But yeah, I might have called the game a little preemptively. There should be a ton of energies. I just put 5 back. So let's see if we can power up the Zamazenta, take a knockout on the Roaring Moon, and then that means my opponent needs to power up the Roaring Moon EX and find another ghosting effect in order to win, which is very possible that they can. They don't have too many cards left in their deck. There's 3 Professor Sada, so they do need quite a lot. Okay, I just got 1. So now this retreat is gonna be costly, and I could be in a little bit of trouble if they are able to, well, if they go power up Roaring Moon EX and boss KO, then I definitely lose. But if they knock me out with the Roaring Moon EX, this Super Rod certainly helps, but I will need to hit exactly 3 energies off of the Metangs in order to get a no, I will need 4 energies. That's actually so many energies. Okay. There's the Dunsparce, they're gonna Artisan. Do they have anything left at this point? This retreat seems like it could backfire. The thing is, yeah, it could. It definitely could, I agree. It could give them an extra turn, that's for sure. If they just choose to attack, or to not attack, rather. I feel like, okay, so there's 3 energies in the active, 8 energies in my discard pile, so that's 11. So there's 4 energies in my deck, and I'm gonna put 3 more back. So there's gonna be 7 energies, and there's gonna be 20 cards. And then if they don't have a Roaring Moon EX, I just need 2 energies. So I feel like that's gonna be safe enough. They go for the Explorer's Guidance, so now they have to rely on the Prime Catcher in order to pull this off. Or another counter catcher if they have it. They just retreat into the Roaring Moon, however, and hitting 2 energy seems super reasonable, right? I could also top deck a supporter. There's 1 energy. All right, so my opponent doesn't even wait to see if I hit or not. Hitting 1 energy off of 2 Metangs when I put 3 energies back, I felt like was incredibly reasonable. So not bad, yeah, not bad. I didn't know, that is correct. I didn't know I was going to get the Super Rod off of the prices. So yeah, it definitely could have backfired, absolutely. But if I didn't, I also left myself very exposed. But there's an argument to say, well, which one do you prefer, right? If they get the KO, then you need more cards, or do you ask? Like, I feel like forcing them to need balls was very, very important. It definitely worked out. There's definitely an argument, Will, as you mentioned, to consider not retreating and just hoping the Iono did its thing at that point. Definitely something to consider, for sure. All right, so for those of you tuning in, it's been a while since I've streamed. I'm generally looking to find the time to make streams a more regular thing, like at least once a week, you know, like streaming 3 to 4 hours, like once a week. That's what I'm trying to aim for, because usually I try to aim for like maybe too much, and then I end up like, I try to stream 3 or 4 times a week, and then I never end up doing anything anyways. But yeah, Belt over Prime, Destroy BB. This is the list that did well. Maximum Belt helps getting to 330 damage with only 6 energy, so you can one-hit a Charizard EX easier. That's probably the logic. There's definitely merit to Prime Catcher, of course, but having an easier KO on Charizard is also very considerable, right? So, bruv, you don't use social media. Do I have my 2024 invite already? I do. I actually do already have my 2024 Worlds invite. I will be in Hawaii no matter what, either commentating or playing. Yeah, I don't know which one yet, but either way, I will be in Hawaii. I already have my my flight and my hotel booked, so whether it's playing or commentating, I will 100% be in Hawaii for sure. How about you, bro? How about you? All right, 9 cards in hand. Kind of like the Iono, take away that. Find an energy perhaps. Lose the Metang, that's the sad part. I did prize another one, which was part of the reason why I was considering not to, but this is reasonable. Zamazenta is decent. Decent Pokemon, though not the most useful. And yeah, I'll just metal coating for nothing. Alright, not a very threatening board on my, or setup on my side of the field. My opponent also doesn't have much set up. The biggest threat, of course, is the Radiant Charizard for my opponent. That's going to be the biggest hurdle to overcome. Fancy Arven into Rare Candy plus 4 Seal Stone, presumably for Pidgeot, into Charizard, and they will get the first hit in, so that's certainly going to be problematic, but it is what it is. Can't do much about it, honestly. All right. Oh, you haven't played since 2018, dang. Girk, muchas gracias, un abrazo hasta Brasil, yo también amo Brasil, muchas gracias. Am I going to play with Thomas Later's 18th place Masquerade deck from Perth Regionals by chance, Jose? So, not today, I didn't plan for it today, but I do want to play with it soon. Yeah. Hi Odeto, very happy to be representing LATAM. Yeah. I got rated. Oh, see, no alerts. Thank you so much, Iodeto, for the raid. Sorry, I don't know what happened to my alerts. I'm gonna check. Thank you so much for the raid, Iodeto. Hope you had a nice stream as well, and thank you for the kind words, and thank you for letting me know that I got rated. Convoker 2024, thanks so much for the follow as well. All right, so now we're in a lot of trouble here because we're gonna be taken down by this Charizard quite easily, but setting up the 2-hit KO with Zamazenta, not a bad thing. Can't afford to bench the Greninja though. I do need to establish a backup Dialga right here, which I will be able to. There's the Maximum Belt. gonna give up on the boss at this point in time and just establish the backup Dialga. Like I said, this Radiant Charizard is the biggest issue for me right now. The Maximum Belt will potentially be nice to deal with a Charizard eventually. A single energy found off Metal Maker, so I'm gonna hit for 120 plus 220. That is a knockout, so that's pretty good. And yeah, slowly but surely they're gonna be the aggressors. This is obviously the hardest matchup for this deck, and we'll see what ends up happening. They chose to go first, and they were still able to get turn to Pidgeot, turn to Charizard, despite the fact that I Iono'd their hand from 9 to 6. So not bad for my opponent. That will always make life way harder for this deck, 100%. Edson, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you very much. Let me see. I don't know what happened to my alerts, but I'll work on that next next live stream. Yeah, so as I was saying, I definitely want to work on getting back to streaming at once a week. Yeah, that's my starting goal, is once a week back to live streaming. So hopefully I can do that. Yeah, this week, check. We'll see when I can find the time next week. Probably Friday is when I'll try to aim for it. Sard always has it. It does feel like that, doesn't it? It does feel like Sard always has it. Alright, there's a Charmeleon. No hit Airy. I don't know why you would play Airy there. I mean, if you have nothing else better to do, then sure. But playing Airy when you have a 2-card hand is probably the worst time to play Airy, I want to say. But yeah, my opponent gets the KO. So far so good. Now, they could potentially go after my Dialga next turn, which is maybe what they will do. I don't think I want to play the Maximum Belt at this point in time. Nice energy top deck. I'm gonna Iono. I'm not super sure about whether to Metang or Iono first. Probably gonna find energies here. Well, I found 3, but at least I found another Metang. No backup Dialga though. I think that's the biggest issue that I have right now. Dang. First Metang whiffs, next Metang. Oof, okay, I got 2 energies. That's actually not bad. So 1 to each, and we will get the KO on this Charizard. We even up the playing field, and then my opponent could and probably should go after the Dialga on the bench. Hopefully they don't realize that that is their best play. They immediately promote the Charmeleon, however. Okay, so if I get pretty good hits from the Metangs, maybe I can do this. I need back-to-back boss as well, and this is where like Prime Catcher would be pretty fantastic. I think Prime Catcher here would be better. Although, I mean, if I manage to get the Dialga VSTAR plus 6 energies and I want to KO the Charizard, no, they're gonna go after the Dialga. Yep, that makes the most sense. This also pretty much makes it so that I can't bench another Dialga at this point. I need to bench 2 Dialgas the previous turn. Now, obviously they have a boss left over and the Prime Catcher if they're playing towards Decklist, so I cannot win anymore. Unless, actually I can win. I actually can win. There is a way. There is a way I can do this. So I'm gonna Nest Ball. So it's with the Mew. I can potentially win with the Mew right here. It's gonna be rough. It's not gonna be easy. I need this Nest Ball available. I also need energies available, but I can potentially win. I'm gonna go boss on the Rotom. When I get 2 prizes here, yeah. If I was playing Prime Catcher, hey Jonathan, How are you doing? If I was playing Prime Catcher, I would have game in hand as long as the Metangs hit. But clearly I don't have game in hand. So I'm gonna need the Mew, and I'm gonna need to retreat into the Mew. That's why I'm attaching energy to the Greninja. I can't fathom a universe where my opponent doesn't Iono me, right? So it's gonna be pretty difficult. If they Iono Roxanne, then that's it, right? I need to find Mew plus potentially Boss if they don't use their Radiant Charizard. They immediately promote the Charizard EX, so that's step number 1. Now I don't need Boss, so that's really good. Yeah, that's actually really good. I could potentially win here. I generally could potentially win here with Mew EX. We have an opening. There's the Iono, as expected. Yeah, there's still researches. So I didn't want to put metals back into a deck because exactly this. I needed to draw the Mew. Yeah, I only need 3 energies for the Mew. I haven't used too many metal energy. So if I put more metals into the deck, I'm making it harder to find the Mew. So the priority was the Mew. I found it. My opponent made the mistake of attacking with Charizard EX. Did not play around the Mew. This is a really bad card to draw. We're gonna fail this. We're gonna get the Mew. And now we need 3 energies. We need 3 energies total, right? But that's why I didn't do it, okay? There's 5 energies left in the deck. There's 2 Super Odds. I'm gonna use Mew first before the Metangs, because I could draw researches, I could draw the Super Odds. Oh, just energy, no. All right, well, I could use Greninja. Dang it. I kind of want to use Greninja. My heart is telling me to use Greninja here. I have all my researches left in there. I also have 4 Super Odds. My heart tells me to use Greninja, so I'm gonna do it. I might regret this though. Oh, I totally regret this. No, no Super Odds, no researches. I'm not gonna find. Oh. All right, taking advantage of my opponent's misplays. Only even needed 1 Metang. Wow. I feel like I sequenced that right. Definitely under odds to hit that, but I feel like even hitting 1 Super Rod would have massively increased my chances there. Never punished. I feel like I would have to do the exact maths, but I feel like that was reasonable to sequence because I had so many good cards that could also help me thin. Yeah, if I research into Super Odds, like that pretty much guarantees, right? So I don't know. It was close. That's one way you can beat Charizard, right? And funnily enough, I also found the boss. So even if my opponent had attacked me with Radiant Charizard, I found my out and I was able to go for it. So not bad, you know? Not bad. Let me just click on all these rewards and daily quests, which are pretty worthless, but why not? Not bad. I mean, the important thing here is, of course, finding your out. And Godzilla, Emir, and Amir, thanks so much for the follows. Thank you so much for the follows. All right, not bad. Yeah, not bad. Let's play one more game with Dialga and then we can switch decks. That was definitely very intense. I feel like, okay, so in a different situation where my opponent, where I get the second Dialga and I'm able to VSTAR, or my opponent doesn't get Rare Candy Pigeon, Rare Candy Charizard after just one Poffin on turn 1 and getting Iono to 6, like if they whiff one turn, they don't get the first hit in, I get the first hit in, or even the first prize card, like we're talking about a completely different game. So I didn't get unlucky. It's just like things went my opponent's way in the beginning and then things went my way in the end, right? Their mistake was promoting their Charizard EX. That made it easier for me to potentially do the play, because then I could research instead of needing boss's orders. They went for a Charizard. I didn't get research. I didn't get the boss's orders. I had 3 energies left in the deck. I was very fortunate. Oh, I had 4 energies at the very top of the deck. I still think I sequenced that correctly though, because if I find a research and then I research into a lot of stuff, right, and there's a very good chance that I find at least 1 Super Rod, and I drew 7 cards, so I'll find an energy to attach, and then I put more energies back and my deck is thinner, so I'm seeing more cards. I feel like that was the way I did it was correct. It worked out in a very weird way, but I feel like it was still a decent way to do it. All right, another Charizard, yeah, which is the benchmark of the format. Either you beat Charizard, or you need to, like, either you need to go toe to toe with Charizard, or you need to pick a different deck. Perfect. Control players tonight, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I think all commentators and all content creators offer different perspectives. Yeah, some people enjoy my style. I was rewatching the Orlando live stream, and people were saying that that I should be commentating golf. So I don't know, like, in my personality, it's hard for me to get excited over things that I know are already going to happen, right? Or that I've already analyzed and predicted, and I know the outcome, which is usually what happens when I'm commentating. I definitely get surprised. It's just not super common. And there's other people who have a lot of energy and bring a lot of energy to the live stream, and I think it's important to find a balance, right? But yeah, I think we all have our strengths and weaknesses. I bring something to the table, ironically, tablemon, right? Other people bring other things, and then within the group we make good stuff. And then in my channel, right, for my tablemon brand, some people enjoy my style, other people don't. I'm trying to keep the salt and the raging to a minimum, which I think I'm getting a lot better at. If you've watched my recent videos compared to the previous, definitely in a much better space, mental health wise, physically wise. I've also lost I think 22 pounds in the last like 2 months, so that's really made me feel better in every way possible, and it's all thanks to my beautiful nutritionist girlfriend. So yeah, feeling pretty good, and I appreciate the nice comment. Control players unite. Jonathan, I'm extremely straightforward. Yeah, I mean, I just want to talk about what's going to happen and who's going to win and how they're going to do it, right? And yeah, I think there's something for everyone, right? I think it's important to have like good synergy with whoever you are paired with, and have someone bring that like energy and excitement, right? And that's what we try to do. One person is the analytical one that tries to analyze what is happening and what is going to happen and why, and the reasoning behind the moves. And then the other person is more descriptive and trying to explain more about exactly step by step the card that is playing, commentating, etc. So yeah. Thank you, Martin. Yeah, that's exactly, yeah, it's like the basis for the live streams is exactly like sports, right? One color commentary, one analysis, or I'm not sure, I don't even know what the name is, but it's one person has one role, the other person has another, and that's how it goes. All right, so we are up against Charizard. I'm not even sure if going first is correct with this deck. Don't get the best start here, probably won't be getting a KO, so I could go in with the Greninja. Establishing the Dialga also seems good. It's just benching double Dialga is very important for this deck. And then I prized 1 energy. So how many Super Rods? No Super Rods prized. So losing this Super Rod is perfectly fine. I kind of like potentially taking a knockout on the Charmander with the Zamazenta to start the game. We'll see. We shall see. But yeah, I appreciate the kind words. I definitely try my best during the live streams. I also take feedback, constructive feedback, very seriously. and have tried to make improvements. Bad cop, good cop strategy. And yeah, I mean, I've also asked for feedback publicly, and I take it all in stride. I've also had feedback from TPCI as well, and on things to work on and things to improve, and hopefully that's shown from last season to this one. And I've worked so many events that I have to, or I'd like to think that I'm doing something right? And my style, whatever you want to call it, is something that is worthwhile for the live stream, for the viewers, and yeah, I'm definitely loving it. I love competing so much, and I'm gonna compete. I'm gonna take every opportunity I have to compete that I can, but I'm also loving commentating and this new aspect, which is sort of like a follow-up, right, to my brand and my channel, which is awesome. All right, Metang, 1 energy Metang, that's all we ask for. 4 cards in my opponent's hand as well, and we know one of those is Charmeleon. All right, do I play the Super here? I'm not sold. Yeah, this is playing Max Belt. That's what Drew Gannett played, so that's why we're playing that. Gosh, I don't know if I want a Super Rod. I feel like I should just maximize my chances of being the aggressor here. I don't have a great follow-up, that's true. I just want 1 energy. All right, well, that works too. We get 3 energies. That's definitely very nice. I would need to get a lot. Like, if they get Rare Candy Charizard, I would need so much to get a return KO off of this Iono, but never a bad thing. Yeah, maybe I just hit 2 and then I'm able to start Chronos into the knockout. That also works. For what it's worth, I really like to see you on commentary. Enjoy when you bring to the streams. Thanks so much, Cronus. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks so much for the kind words. Carl, am I playing in Worlds or commentating for it? So I don't know. And wow, Jaro, thank you so much for the 1,052 bits. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Sorry that the alerts are not working. I don't know why they're not, but thank you so much. Very kind of you to support the channel. Thank you everyone for the warm welcome back. And yeah, am I playing in Worlds or commentating? So there's two answers to that question. Number one, because of how information is handled and the contract that I have, until Pokemon publishes that I'm commentating, I will never be able to tell people that I'm commentating until Pokemon announces it. So that's the number one thing, right? So even if I knew today that I was commentating Worlds, I would not be able to tell you all, yeah, until they make it public, yeah. And so the answer is, as of today, I don't know, yeah. All I know is that I have my Worlds invite, yeah, and there's the possibility, right? So I'll be in Hawaii. I don't know whether I'll be commentating or playing, yeah, but I will be in Hawaii. That much I can answer. I will definitely 100% be in Hawaii to do one or the other. And Martín, thank you so much. Saludos hasta Chile. Saludos hasta Chile. Intenté registrarme el regional, pero no alcancé lugar. Me hubiera encantado ir. Alright. So I don't want Iono, of course. I get another energy, which is pretty great. I'm gonna spread it out here because they could go Charizard boss, though they only have 1 card in their hand. I'm tempted to just go after the Pidgeot here. I feel like that's a lot better. And yeah, and then, you know what? I should have done the boss and then committed here. All right, so far so good. Is it always better for you to commentate versus playing Worlds? So I've never commentated Worlds, right? And I've played in 14 different World Championships. So there's many things that go into a decision like that, Will. So yeah, there's a lot to consider. Yeah, there's my desire to play, but also my financial responsibilities as well, and the fact that it's a brand new opportunity, right? And I've never casted Worlds, and I've played many times, right? So that might factor into my decision. When I have to make that decision, I will consider everything, and then eventually you will find out. Yeah, when Pokemon announces it, like Pokemon will announce the casters for Worlds, right? So then you will know whether I'm casting or not. We will all know by then. All right, I'm gonna keep spreading my energies for now. And yeah, we're too far ahead at this point, so looking pretty good. Jared, the one you had left from years ago when you used to watch Ruben, it was a blessing you do the commentary. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. I really appreciate the bits. Thanks so much for choosing to give them to me. Yeah, thanks so much to everyone for supporting and to everyone tuning in. All right, so you decide. Do we play one more with Dialga or do we switch decks? Y draw a card. Te hice volverte un player. Qué bueno, me alegra mucho escuchar eso. Qué bueno que mis videos hayan ayudado con eso. Y sí, Martín, yo sé, moría de ganas por ir, pero no podré asistir. Y Dominic, no, tampoco estaré jugando el Special Event en Ciudad de México porque voy a ir al regional de Los Ángeles. What do you think of Chen Pao in this meta, Brian? So I think Chen Pao is a fantastic deck. One more with Dialga, yeah? Alright, and I'll switch the Goose, I'll switch to Prime Catcher. Sounds good. Yeah, I'll do that, because obviously the Maximum Belt has not come into play at all. I think both have their merits, yeah, but Prime Catcher definitely a pretty powerful card as well. So sure, we're making one change to Drew's deck list, and then one more with Dialga, and then we'll switch to Chen Pao. Alright, Bryant, I do think Chen Pao is very well positioned in the metagame. It's a powerful deck, it has its inherent inconsistencies, but I do think it's a very good and powerful deck. Yeah, so I like it, and we're gonna play with it next. Yeah, we're gonna play Reagan Retzloff deck after. Ancient Box, David. So I already recorded a video with Ancient Box. I played it not too long ago. So for today, the options are Dialga, which we're already playing, Chen Pao, Arctina, and Lost Box, and Raging Bolt. I just love Raging Bolt, the Pokemon, so I want to play with it just for fun. You know? I don't think it's competitive, but I just want to play with it because it's fun. Any love for Lugia Senchino? Honestly, no. I'm a if you go back and watch Orlando, I'm not a Lugia believer at all. I don't think Lugia is good, honestly. It's too inconsistent. You cannot play with a single Arceus anymore and hope to win, so now you need the double Arceus, but now getting double Arceus is that much harder, so I'm really not a fan. I'm really not a fan of Lugia at this point in time. Alright. So, Radiant Greninja, Nest Ball, establish the Dialga, and to want to let the Mew tank a possible hit from Cramorant, or would I rather the Mew? I think I'm gonna let the Mew take it. I'm not super convinced about that. There's also a chance they don't get it, right? What are my thoughts on the new Blissey we're getting? Honestly, I don't know what the new Blissey does. I know it came out, but I didn't read it. Probably should have, but I don't know why I don't pay too much attention to newer cards. Like sometimes I will, other times I won't. But if you tell me what it does, then I will happily give you my opinion on it. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Lugia. It feels inconsistent. It is a one-trick pony. The discards are awkward. Getting Arceus into a discard pile feels like the hardest thing in the world. So, not the biggest fan. Yeah, not the biggest fan. I cannot recommend Lugia. Obviously, it's a powerful card and deck, but I'm not the biggest fan. And Juan TCG, thank you so much for the follow. With Chen Pao, you're having trouble against TM Devolution or Baneti X item lock attack. Baneti X definitely a problematic card. What I can recommend against Banette is try to power up manually a Chen Pao, right? Banette takes 8 turns to knock out a Chen Pao, and Chen Pao needs 5 energies to knock out Baneti X. So if they don't make another one, you should be able to win or get a turn of item cards. Definitely not easy, but that's something to consider. No, what is a top deck? 3 Super Rods. That was quite possibly the worst top deck I could have gotten. I mean, I have to research. I can't not do anything. But losing 3 Super Rod here is probably close to game ending. That was really, really bad. And I didn't get, oh my god, not a single Metang here. I can't even use, yeah, I'm not gonna use this energy to draw. Oh, I should have burned the 2 Nest Balls. That was dumb. I should have burned the 2 Nest Balls, benched, and then I would have been able to draw 1 card with Mew. At least I get a KO here, right? But that research and the hand I researched into is recipe for disaster, for sure. Yeah. And yes, this can happen. This is not a reason not to play Lugia. I mean, Dialga. Yeah, like this has happened once out of 4 games. It's not gonna happen. If I played 20 more games, it probably won't happen again. Yeah, so it happens. It sucks. Bad luck. On to the next thing. Yeah, no need to over worry about it. And Brian, yeah, no problem. And then against TM Devolution, just try to, like, don't overdo it with the rare candies. Yeah, keep 1 Baxcalibur in play and that's it. Make sure you have a backup Frigipacks, of course, but don't, if you suspect they have TM Devo, then don't rare candy into Baxcalibur, and don't search for the rare candy either because you could get airied. Yeah. Dominique, me gusta mucho Dialga, sí me gusta mucho Dialga, pero también tiene sus problemas. Giratina es un mal match definitivamente, pero sí, es un deck bueno, interesante, divertido, ¿no? Sí me gusta bastante y creo que sí es bueno. What is the best way to meet the commentators at a Pokemon event, Josh? So usually before the stream starts, we usually like arrive to the venue and we're walking around. Like we also do, like, we commentate 2 rounds and then we have a break for 2 rounds whilst the other caster pair does it. So we'll usually be walking around and talking to people and like being on the floor watching games. So at any point, at least with me, yeah, I don't want to speak for others, but at any point if you see me on the floor, please feel free to come say hi. Yeah, not a problem at all. All right, this is like worst case scenario. Not only did we research away like the best cards in the Super Rods, we didn't get a single Metang. Now they get the double K on the Beldums. If I bench 2 more Beldums, they have the threat of Sableye, and my Dialga is trapped in the active. So this is like the worst situation I could be in. You went 5-3-1 in Orlando with Lugia. You like having a matchup into control and mill. You played and won against both. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely one of the merits of Lugia, is that 100%. Yeah, don't let me like I 100% agree with that. It does have a very good matchup, and if you expect a lot of those decks, then it's a good play. However, I will say neither of those decks is A, very popular, or B, like a big enough part of the meta to make Lugia worthwhile. Because if you're gonna lose to something like Charizard, right, then that's where it starts being a little more questionable. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and Iono my opponent. I have the 2 Beldums exposed. Nothing I can do about it though. And I mean, at least I get some damage in, but I need this Iono to really do some damage to my opponent. Otherwise, it might be game. If they have like Colress into a Psychic, I lose my 2 Beldums. That's gonna be the game pretty much. Why is the start mirror so rough? I mean, because you both know each other's list pretty much, and you both have access to the same resources, so that's what makes it rough. The starting hand can also a lot of the times determine who ends up winning. So yeah, it's definitely a rough matchup. But yeah, I mean, if you play it a lot, I don't want to say if you master it, because there's just so many things that can happen in any game. that you can't really master one, because no matter how many lines you try to know, you have to improvise in so many situations, right? All right, does my opponent have Mirage Gate? Please no. Oh, they have the Mirage Gates. Oh my god. I think we're done here. I mean, I'm gonna Iono Super back to Beldums and hopefully get a Poffin to get them out again. That's like the one good thing, but I don't see how I can win anymore, honestly. I wonder if the second Comfey found the Mirage Gate, because they should have Mirage Gated before the Comfey to get the energy so that they don't see them and get closer to a Colress. So I wonder if they got it last Comfey Mirage Gate, which is rough. Definitely rough, but we're not completely out of it yet. This is why maybe you should play 170 HP Beldum. Yeah, 170 HP Beldum would be all the difference in the world right now. Alright, so back in you go with the Metal Energy. No more Super Odds available for us. We're just going to commit the energy to the active. If we lose this Dialga, we'll lose this game anyway, so no big deal. No Poffin and 3 energies. Oh my god. Hey, Pro Circuit, how are you doing? What is this? No. The deck is falling apart. Yeah, I mean, any deck that can target down your Beldums. I also whiffed a single Metang. If I draw a Metang or if I play the 70 HP Beldum, this would be a completely different story. Hopefully the Ionos do enough damage and slow my opponent down enough to where I can pull this off, but I'm not holding my breath, that's for sure. It's not looking great. Not looking great at all. I am gaming. I am gaming. I'm trying my best. I am trying my best. Lost Box is pretty powerful, but we still have a whole year for it to rotate, Jonathan, so never a better time to learn how to beat it than now. Well, my opponent found the Forest Seal Stone. That does mean now they can't V-Star, so they need Mirage Gate plus Giratina V-Star to close out the game. They're down 3 Psychics as well, so they choose to go for a Colress. They need their... Oh, wait, if this is... Alright, so our saving grace right now is the fact that Giratina is now only playing 3 Psychics, so they need Super Rod plus the Psychic. Dang, even 1 Metang might have given... Oh wait, never mind, they play 4. This is an old school Giratina. They play 4 Psychics. So do they play 2 Water, 4, 3? I don't even know. Alright, they just passed the turn. So I don't know what they kept. I'm gonna go ahead and conceal cards. Really want Beldum or Poffin. Alright, I mean that's both. Right, that is definitely both. And the Iono is so tough though. Alright. I feel like I Iono, right? They're so low on resources. Yeah, I need to Iono. Iono down to 2 and get another KO. And then maybe I can start doing... I can actually... There's a chance I win. There's a genuine chance I win. But I need to survive this turn. Which is... We'll see. Do I play any video games in general, Bryant? I do. Not as much as I would like to, because being an adult sucks. But I do play. I do play video games. I like playing the Pokemon video games. No, they have the Super Rod. Yeah, that's step number 1, right? Okay. 3 energies back. 2 Psychic and 1 Grass. Why put the Grass back? I don't know. Alright, Flower Select. Even if they find 1 Psychic, that's not good enough. Even if they find Mirage Gate, that's not good enough. We still have a genuine chance to make a comeback here. Hey Zoroark TCG, I'm doing well. How about you? How about you? And Pro Surrogate, I don't know what your message said. No, this boss is so annoying. It's gonna stop me. Oh wait, no, I have Prime Catcher. Okay, I need 1 energy. I need 1 energy off of this Metang. 1 energy off of this Metang. Oh, what? Alright, well they get the Mirage Gate. They're gonna probably power up the Giratina, right? Power it up. I am okay with that. Yes, that's perfectly fine. Hey Alex, thank you so much for being here. It's been a while. Alright, we have a genuine chance at winning this game. And no, don't top deck that. Alright, we're gonna Arven. Oh, I don't. Why am I playing Arven? I'm not playing any tools now. And my Prime Catcher is prized. No way. This is like the worst. Oh my gosh. This is actually the worst thing ever. Oh my gosh. No shot. Oh, I never checked for the Prime Catcher. I never actually checked for the Prime Catcher. Oh my god. Alright, if I knock out the Comfey, I lose. There we go. Yeah, Alex, I'm glad you're here. It's been a while. Gino, hey, I'm doing well, thank you. How about you? Alright, I think I have to retreat here. If I attack the Comfey, I lose. Alright, well there's... Or get me 2 energies. Just get... Oh no, I already... No, yeah. Alright, 0 energies. Cool, 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 cool. If I attack here, I lose the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 9 energies left. I have to retreat. Gosh, that was so unlucky. The Prime... I never checked for a Prime Catcher. Never searched for a Prime Catcher. Alex, I'm glad you're out of the hospital now and you got a Gold Star Mew. Very nice. Very nice. I didn't know you still like were actively doing trades and whatnot. Alright, don't Prime Catcher. Please don't. Rescue board. Iono. I mean, that's not the worst. No. Why? Dang it. We had a genuine chance. After so much bad luck. After so much bad luck, we had a genuine chance. Oh, if I had the Prime Catcher, dang it. If I had the Prime Catcher, this would have been a whole other story. Because I hit 1 energy, right? Then I attach for turn, I start Chronos the Tina, they pass the turn, I knock them out. They can't power up another Tina at that point. No. Well, I mean, the fact that we got to that point, I think, speaks volumes about the deck. Many things could have changed the outcome of that game. Any Metang, having the 70 HP Beldum, maybe just having 1 is worth it, right? Maybe just having 1 is worth it. But for now, let's jump into a different deck. Yeah, but Dialga, I like it. Yeah, I'm generally a big fan of Dialga. I don't think you can afford Manaphy in this deck, Brian, because your bench is always so clogged. You want like 2 Giratinas, 2 or 3 Metangs, and then a support Pokemon in Greninja or Mew, because you can't only rely on supporters. So I don't think you have the space for the Manaphy. It's just a risk you have to take. Alright, so let's jump into a different deck. Let's just open up the rewards.